All right, we'll start our player availability. 1 second. Make sure this. We'll start our player availability with Jaylen McCollough. To ask a question to Jaylen, hit the raise your hand function. We'll start with David Ubben, and then we'll go to Nicholas Hill.
Jaylen, how would you describe the secondary's performance today and really the last couple of weeks of spring?
The secondary's performance, I feel like we've molded and we've grown up a lot. Our biggest focus was just competing and just making plays, and I feel like we've done that throughout spring very well. As you can see, we had a pick six today by Warren Burrell, but the secondary, we've grown tremendously, and we still have strides to take, but where we're at right now is pretty good.
Jaylen, just what has it been like learning to defend this up-tempo offense? As we saw today, you guys are having to, make a play call in like 10 seconds and, just go from one play to the next in quick succession. Just what was that like? What has that been like over spring practice?
Yeah, it's just really made us just grow up, learn how to communicate with each other, learn how to focus on our responsibilities and just knowing what to do as an overall unit. Going against offense like that fast, you don't have room for error. So everybody has to be on their P's and Q's and know what to do at all times. So I feel like we've taken a major step in that, and, looking forward into fall camp, we just, continue to work on that and continue to communicate and just get better in every aspect that we can.
Jimmy Himes and Ben McKee.
Jaylen, talk a little bit about this scheme on defense. Do you think this scheme will allow the secondary to play better than it did a year ago?
Well, football is football at the end of the day. The players have to make plays and do, the coach can only give us so many calls, but it is really on the players. But regarding this scheme, I feel like this scheme allows us to just play fast and, just trust our ability and our technique. So.
Jaylen, just what do you think's the next step for this group going into the summer as you build for fall camp? And did you all as a group mess with Danico any for managing to get ejected for targeting in a spring game?
As far as the stuff we need to work on, we're going to go and evaluate the spring game, look at the stuff we didn't do so well, look at the stuff that we did do well, and continue to put our heads down and work as one unit. We didn't tease Danico for that. We should have, because that's just how the game goes nowadays. But we didn't get a young guy too much for it.
Patrick Brown, then Vince Ferrar.
Hey, Jaylen, obviously, Warren Burrell had the big play today with the pick six. Have you been seeing a lot of plays made from him this spring, and kind of how has he come along?
Oh yeah. Warren's been very consistent. He's been very consistent and making plays and just trusting his technique. So yeah, and it just all paid off for him today with the pick six. So that's just what happens when you rep it in practice over and over and over again, and when the lights come on, it's second nature.
Jaylen, who are some of those secondary guys that you think have had really good spring practices so far?
Me personally, I feel like the whole secondary has had a good spring. Everybody's like grown and matured. You could look back to spring practice number 1 to the spring game, and just you could go and look at everybody and how they've matured. And we've just trusted Coach Banks and Coach Martinez and the message they've been preaching to us. And we just fell in love with the process, and we're going to continue to work and fall in love with the process even more.
What receivers on the other side have given you guys the most issues, do you think, and have been tough covers?
Well, me being a DB, I'm kind of biased. I don't feel like any of them have given us any issues. That's just a joke. But our receiving core, we have a good receiving core all around. I can't really necessarily pinpoint one receiver because they're all different and they all have their strengths. So they've all been working. They've all been making plays left and right. So credit to those guys pushing us and getting us better throughout the spring.
Last question, Gustavo.
Jaylen, in terms of the atmosphere, how you felt, getting back playing a game in Inland Stadium with the fans, wrapping up the spring practices. How was your feeling, being the game, the atmosphere with the fans?
Oh yeah, it's nothing like kneeling, and you just put the best fan base in the world in there, and it's always electric when you step in there. In between the checkerboards, it gives us juice. We love it, so I'm really excited, to see 102 if that's what it comes down to in Neyland in the fall. So
Thanks, Jaylen, for your time.
thank y'all.